had come to me at that time when your invasive testing report came positive. And I remember we were doing an online consult, and you at that time said, I really need to know what should I do further.
We were tensed about a child who is so young and will go for open heart surgery.
Right?
So mostly what came up is a straight away no, and abortion. That was the normalcy. It was something was astonishing for me.
Okay.
The love she has received.
Oh, wow.
Yes, like the children and their parents. She was always a little shorter than
Right,
her
right.
friends. So she became the baby of the class. Not extra sympathy, not extra care, just normal. Never asked me about her, anything. With schools, I would say yes, they are much more accepting. We do everything in our life. We go on trips
I've
maybe
seen that, huh?
10, 15 times a year or more, and she enjoys.
As genetic doctors, we come across a lot of patients, and our job is to support the patients in whatever they decide. Today, I have with me Aditi. Aditi is a rehab psychologist, but more than her profession, she's a mother of a child who is, I should say, something extra. And we have Kiasha with us today. She is a child who has been diagnosed with Down syndrome, but Aditi knew this since she was pregnant. Yet, we will just ask Aditi how she felt at that time and what made her decide further. So, Aditi,
Right.
hi, and welcome to this talk or podcast or whatever. What I really wanted to, I have known you for a while now, and you had come to me at that time when your invasive testing report came positive. And I remember we were doing an online consult, and you at that time said, uh, I really need to know what should I do further. So, please, if you can narrate your experience.
So, when I came to know about the testing and everything, so what we started doing was take a lot of opinions from doctors. So, mostly what came up is a straight away no, and abortion. That was the normalcy. So I was not sure what I wanted. I wanted to abort or not, how hard the life would be or not. I didn't know anything like that. But when we were trying to find out, um, there was a time my husband said that we can keep her. And that made me realize that I'm happy to hear that. And that's the time when I knew that even I wanted, because I didn't know if I want or not. But when we came across people, and as we also met, it was somebody sent you to tell me no. And somehow you said, obviously think about your options, and yes, you can if you want, but there was no pressure. There were parents also who had children with Down syndrome, and they also said it's okay. Even if you don't choose to keep, it's okay. You could still come back to us, no problem. And there were few who were very excited, and they were like, no, keep it and it will be very good. You will be very happy, like that. So various people had various opinions. Obviously, there was a family side also that we were looking forward to how relatives and everybody in the family was reacting to it. So obviously, there was a mixed reaction. Only few people understood that how much it meant for us.
Yes.
And we did a lot of further testing. We didn't stop at NIPT.
Yes.
We did amniocentesis also, and that time I felt that if she has, there is a chance of miscarriage.
Yes.
And I thought that if she has to go, then she will go like that. It's not that something we will choose to do. And if you say where I made my decision of not to abort was when I met my gynecologist, and I asked her, what do you do with a child who has been aborted. So she said, this is the procedure, and the child will come out and will be alive for a few minutes, and that's it. So I said, then? And she just paused for a few minutes and said, then they just give it to the sweeper. And I said, no, that can't just happen. If she has to go later on for some complication or something, she can go later with a very respectful thing, but not in the garbage for sure. So then we decided, okay, we'll keep, and we started knowing. Even our gynecologist also changed her ways. First, she was very much against it, but then she found out people who would say things that will help us, and she became cooperative and she showed us ways, and then we chose to have her.
So is it also because coming from your background, like you
Yeah.
had a psychology background, knowingly or unknowingly, did it play a role?
Yes, it did. So somehow I had thought about this, that I will go to parents and I will tell them to love their child with special needs. And then when it was my turn, I just escaped. It can't be that. I can't go back to my profession. That's what I felt. I don't know if it's the right decision or not. I'm not saying this is something great. This might be something which people might say stupid. Why then there is genetic testing? Why people are doing this? Why do you need to then choose a life which is so-called more difficult? But then I thought that nobody is having a child to make their life easier.
Exactly.
Every child is-
I guess no child is easy in that way.
Yes.
And every child, no matter how normal, so-called, we
Yeah.
call them, has difficulties in some
Yes,
part
yes,
or
yes.
the other.
Yes.
I have 3 children, and I know in my journey, I have seen it's not easy.
Yeah.
But do you also feel that, like, this is a question which is a bit difficult, I would say, that choosing loving from your side is fine. How difficult was the social acceptance of it? Like, were you judged, and what did you put up with? How did you put up with that judgment?
Okay. So we'll go back to the time when I was pregnant.
Yes.
That time it made me feel like I'm an alien.
Okay.
Well, like as a couple, people who even didn't know us would put us down on a chair and will talk to us about it. What are you doing? Why are you doing? And we were like very skeptical that why people are coming and talking to us about it. We don't want to talk to you. We don't want opinions. We have been looking for opinions. That would be my choice. But people can't come and choose to tell me what it is or question my choices. Yes, there were obviously people who helped us, who showed us way, who were very nice to us. So when I was going to have her, and that time when we chose, and after that we were thinking, like, is it a right thing to do or not? Yes, there are testing, there is a meaning to it and everything. So yes, there was time I was only focused on she coming to this world and seeing how beautiful this world is. And yes, there was also this thought that, have I kept her soul in a body which is not perfect? Maybe I should have let her go, and maybe there was something else better for her. And in that process, when she was conceived, after that, when I knew about her, I read about a word which was something which I always go back to, that is ensoulment.
Mhm.
So in various religion, they say there's a different point of time when the soul is coming into the body.
Okay.
So some say it's when they conceive, some say 3 months, some say after birth. So that's where I used to feel that she is a person already. She is not just a fetus. And yes, I'm not saying that this is the right choice or something, because there are pros and cons to it. And obviously, the only thing that matters is people should be given that choice. It is my choice. I will live with it. I will do whatever I have
Bear
to
the
do.
consequences of it.
Yes. But the opinion should be always open, that If you have resources, yes. If you don't have resources, no.
No.
If you don't want, you are not happy about it, no.
Yeah.
If you are happy about it, then yes. That's it.
I think this is the absolute decision of the couple.
Yeah.
Even if I can go one step ahead and say the woman, because the woman is carrying the child, it's her body, and it should be always her choice. As caregivers, we should just be supportive of the entire process, which whatever you decide, making you feel lesser because of the judgment is something which is the worst thing that can happen. So whichever way a family wants to go, I think a caregiver's job should be just to provide every possible opportunity in that realm. So you said something that, why test if you are not
Yeah.
taking a decision? This is where I would say that, we don't test to abort. Like, this is something which I personally feel we are testing so that we can give parents an option, and that option can also be a better treatment for the child. Like, you can be better prepared. Like, if you know the child has a certain condition, then, you can have those doctors around you so that, the child does not suffer more or does not actually, you don't have to go through a risk in, changing hospitals, and those, at least those logistics gets cleaned. So the other part of it was that, she obviously was delivered, and then you had a difficult period because, we had, like, her heart condition came up, and that wasn't, of course, easy for you. And there was a lot of research which you did, and we had spoken at that time a lot of times. But at that point, what was your feeling like?
So we did testing of her heart before.
Yes.
When she was
The fetal echo was done.
fetal
Yes.
echo, nothing came up. And if that time I had this thing in my head that if she has issues, I will not keep her there. But later on, when we found out she had issues, we had trouble accepting for sure. But then there was one point of time I'm glad that it didn't came up earlier, because I get to meet her. So yes, it was difficult because she was not growing as she is supposed to grow. We were tensed about a child who is so young and will go for open heart surgery. And to mention, it was COVID time, and we were traveling with her to different cities to understand where we will get the best possible care. And yes, there were few options, but later on, one of our family friends, he actually helped us find the best doctor we could get for her.
Yes.
He was very cooperative,
Yes.
and he was
Yes.
very understanding, very positive.
Yes.
Like, he was telling us all the risk, but then there was also this that
We can do it.
we can do it.
We can do it,
Everything
yes.
will be fine. Just believe in it. That part is obviously scary. And I don't know, we actually go blank on those phases when she had
No, but,
surgeries.
on the hindsight, on the other side, a crisis can happen to a perfectly normal child also. With my children, there were these times, where we felt that it was, I would say, your breathing stops, and you, as you said, you go blank, and you exactly don't know what to do. Like, even while I'm speaking, you see, I'm having goosebumps because, as parents, it's not about a child having a condition and then going into it, but it can happen to anybody. And I guess as parents, it is our job to fight it out.
Actually, when we were in the hospital, and it was a cardiac department, and it was huge. And I used to tell my husband that, see, I understand that because of Down syndrome, she has this heart condition. But you please find out another child with Down syndrome here who has heart condition. No, other children were neurotypical and they were having heart issues.
Exactly. So I think, like I always feel, you in a desire for a perfect baby, none of us are perfect. Like, we can have conditions later on which is not diagnosed, and I guess it's perfectly fine. One question which I sort of, have for all mothers: how did it affect your quality of life, your relationship with your husband?
Okay, that at phases, yes, it was not that well. And somehow we just passed through those difficult times, not realizing that what we are going through. Later on, it comes up in variety of ways. We have stress, we have anxiety, we have anger issues, we have lot of things. And yes, it's a daily
And
commitment.
then, which couple does not have all this?
Yeah. But it's just what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that at that point of time, we don't know what has happened. We went through. But later on, I believe that it takes a toll on us, not as a couple, maybe, but as individuals.
Of course. Of
And
course.
then it affects the
Of course. The
relationship.
Of
Yeah.
course, of
Because we as individual have changed. We have difficult times that we have overcame and didn't get a chance to maybe process that in a way that should have been processed. So that is
with her growing up now and
Hmm.
health stabilizing,
Yeah.
she going into as an inclusive school, as I said, and she has done well.
Hmm.
So do you think that it is also our time to redefine abilities, like what we say abilities for
Yeah.
children with diagnosis of Down syndrome?
So basically, what I look for in a school is she must have a lot of co-curricular activity. Academics is not important for us, and I don't think it would. If she is good at academics, it's her choice. But then there should be a lot of option, even for us. We all are good at something or the other. We all don't need to study, and whatever we are studying in school, it's not that we are using it on everyday life. So whatever she is good at, she can do it. With schools, I would say yes, they are much more accepting.
Oh, that's
In
good to hear. That's
yes.
good to hear.
In
Yeah.
admission.
Okay.
Yes. Very nicely, very cooperatively, they will take in.
Okay.
There is nothing in that place I have felt. But keeping in school
Ah,
and meeting her needs, that becomes
there's a gap. Huh.
Yes. There's a huge gap there, what I feel. Some are like not able to provide. Some are, like I would say, have a prejudgment about she will not be able to do it. So let her keep aside. So both have to then get balanced up, I believe.
So do you see this is also because not all schools, even as you are saying, are accepting children, and they have I would say a phobia also that, they have to provide more. They have to
Yes,
create that environment more.
Yes. There are schools which have different pay, like fees for
Fees for-
different children.
Okay.
With special needs, you have different fees.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
there
And is
are.
it because there's a shadow teacher which they are giving,
Yes,
or
yes,
so
because
all
they
of
have
that?
other needs that
that-
extra they are
but if they're
providing.
taking care, that makes sense, right?
Yes,
Like
yes. Accepting wise, I'm saying admission is fine, but then
the teachers,
4 or 5
the-
hours that the child is in the school, they should enjoy and they should be included
Yes.
and they should learn something.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of time of their life
Right.
and they can do something about it. But there might be some ups and downs. But with her, I have seen even in our generation parents whom I have met. So what we have I have studied and come back, there is a lot of problems with inclusion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with acceptance.
No, that is what I was going to ask. Like, her co-classmates
Yes.
and their parents, what is their reaction?
That was something was astonishing for me.
Okay.
The love she has received.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Like the children and their parents, they have been very, very caring for her.
That's very nice.
She was always a little shorter than
Right,
her
right.
friends. So she became the baby of the class.
Oh,
They
baby.
used to feed her and all. She was not being fed by the teachers, but with friends. And
Okay. So that's so you feel that somewhere the society has matured, like our society, I would say, the society from which we come, in the sense the age we come.
age week.
Do you feel that all these awareness which we are doing right now, also what we are doing, somewhere it reaches the masses, and hence their reaction probably has changed, because our parents wouldn't react this way?
Because if how I have told my stories to strangers,
Yes.
because she gave me people when I went to school and I told my story, they were very accepting and they were very happy and they were very emotional also.
Oh my God.
So that I have received from neurotypical child's parents.
Okay.
Yes, they were very accepting with her. They didn't even there's one of my favorite stories. There was a neighbor. we used to go to their place. We started meeting her, say, after 6 months. I asked her, "Did I tell you about her?" She said, "Yeah, you did." And they told her that you never made me feel anything that I felt that I have told you.
Right.
Not extra sympathy, not extra care, just normal. Never asked me about her, anything. So that's how it should be, that it is so normal and so ordinary that that it feels like it's an everyday
Yeah.
life.
So I think this is where inclusion is
Yeah.
maximum. Like, sometimes we feel that inclusion means a lot of sympathy, but inclusion means a normal platform
Yeah.
where everyone can stand.
Yeah.
And everyone can appreciate whatever abilities they have,
Yes.
rather than think about whatever disabilities or discuss the disabilities.
Yeah.
It does not have to be something like she's standing outside, like
Mm.
even you're saying it's an inclusive school, but then I'm like, oh, she cannot do that. That kind of a sentiment should not be there. And when she's in a room, it should be like she's as any other kid.
Yes.
Right? And this is where probably we will also take a leave with such a beautiful thought, that probably what we want, like, we are doing this because of Down syndrome awareness event. And here, this year, actually, the sort of the theme is celebrating abilities, correct? I feel celebrating abilities in Down syndrome children, affected children, uh, more than that, we should celebrate our ability to be an inclusive society.
Yes.
Because if the society is inclusive, if we can
Yeah.
stand together, like, you said that there was a lot of judgment and you probably wanted to listen to an yes, and you were listening to no, 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 and it was a hard no.
Mm.
Uh, those decisions are difficult. I feel no one can take a decision like that. And there is no right decision also.
No.
But at the same time, I feel it is very important that the information is passed, the care is given. The inclusion is just not sympathy, but inclusion is in terms of actually giving them the opportunity to stand in the same podium. And also the social maturity, which you are saying, and I'm very glad to hear it, that the social maturity that, we don't look around twice, or we don't ask you, Vacha, what health conditions? Vacha, what are you facing? Vacha, what is happening? That does not happen. But you at paces tell your own story at your own will. And maybe for those mothers who are, right now probably has a positive report, maybe, bring hope in whichever way they want. Like, it can be a hope that I want to continue. It can also be a hope that I don't want to continue and I want to conceive again. So I think there is no right choice over here. And as far as special children and I would say not so special children, I feel mothers and parents always go through this enormous insecurity, and that is always there. So one last message for our Down Syndrome Day to all the mothers everywhere.
So, what I feel with her is that as we are happy with her, we see a different attitude in her. We don't want her to like do everything, maybe. I want her to have normal things in life. Maybe uh, it's something like that. She being happy is the most important thing, and we are very proud of her. Her small achievements actually make us realize how this life is important, how small steps are important, how the process is important.
And how shallow we are when we compare one child to another.
Yes. So being happy around the child makes the child happy, and do a lot more things. Like we do everything in our life. We go on trips
I've
maybe
seen that, huh?
10, 15 times a year or more, and she enjoys. We are focused on making her life worth it. Then whatever happens in an adult phase, whatever is going to come, we don't know that. We are scared of it for sure. It's not that we are not thinking about it, that what will happen. We don't worry. It's not that. We are worried. We are worried about her health, everything. But living in the present is what she has taught us.
Great. That's a extremely nice and deep message, living in the present. I would celebrate Aditi and Kyasha over here, because I feel life is to be lived, and life, the only goal that parents should have is their children should be happy. And that's exactly what is happening. And we would also want your comments and ask you that, what do you feel in any children, not a normal child or a special child? We would also ask you this question, that don't you feel that the quality that a child should have, like a environment should have, is just being happy, and that's the ability we should share. Thank you.